Who should I show my poem to first?
Obviously we show it to Monika. That's who he's got the hots for, right?
Hot chick? Show it to hot chick?
That's who he's got the hots for, right?
I think so. I mean,
he's sort
technically
of
this is like us, but...
Oh, I know, but this is like the character has been showing interest in
Monika.
So far Monika, and then now Yuri. So
Yeah.
one of those two.
We'll go with Monika because we just spent a long time with you going like this. I prefer your old man voice for a little while. So we'll do Monika for now.
Okay.
I should start with Monika. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort.
Hi, loser. Having a good time so far?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All
right. I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Then I can dominate them with my patriarchy.
I will conquer this club. This is... Oh, you said it already. Sorry.
Want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to.
Don't worry, loser. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem.
Out of fear.
Yeah. In hopes that she'll spare my life another moment, I give her the poem.
Great job, loser. I was going, whoa, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. The lust milk, the suicides.
I thought it was
sure
fantastic.
Why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low.
Okay.
That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right?
No, we said too many dark things, so Yuri's gonna like it.
Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words. You know, simple words like
poof,
like stupid people would read to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. Non-sexual things.
You should go away right now.
That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about it impressing them or anything. Well, anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
Oh, I thought so. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know.
I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been...
Oh,
you want to read
it? Me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No! I can't see it. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas! Already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image.
It made me think of
It's
SpongeBob.
just a little butthole.
It made me think of SpongeBob, where it's like, my retinas. I was thinking the part where the fish guy is always like, my leg. And then, of course, the eyes getting burned out made me think of the episode of SpongeBob where he eats the sundae and he burns people's eyes out and stuff. Anyway, continue.
It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
You better believe it, baby.
So what do you think?
It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback.
Shut up, you don't know me! It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Satan. Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening.
Yuri,
She likes that sort of stuff.
let's go. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
Huh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face, then her whole body, and then ends up covering the world in darkness.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting nervous for?
Seems like, seriously, like she is spending time outside of class, like drawing like pentagrams around the school or something, and she's like, "What you saw? What'd you see? What'd you see outside? I didn't do anything." Like, what is
She's
she?
been possessed.
I'm sorry.
She's been possessed by a Canadian demon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Please don't. Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? I picked the weirdest stuff I could find. Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually
this is you.
This is actually my first time, really.
Aww.
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical to new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is the word lust, suicide milk. Is that they try
That's all I could tell.
to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. What the heck?
Of course, that's not... Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simplest poem.
I use dating simulator visual novels and pick random words and combine them to make the strangest combination possible, just to make you happy.
Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everything else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki.
The demon inside.
Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing.
Hot.
It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past, the light flickers. I flicker back.
I just think of flipping it off.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Looks like a chicken wrote it. What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Ah, I'm stupid, you see. I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. But this time, we're gonna do it happier and with your mouth open. And that's a reference to something else. Anyway.
Why,
even,
you know.
yes. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short.
Actually, it was.
I usually write longer poems.
Well, you should have this time. Not at all.
I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Hoo-hoo! Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, loser.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too. I like the lust and the milk and the suicide.
Nah, you're just saying that. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
I hope it shows us our poem.
I want to read it too. It's just gonna be ridiculous.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, loser.
Ah, me too.
Let's do Sayori last. Let's just go down the list.
All right, this is gonna be a lot of reading for me.
I need a break.
Yeah, you've been growling for a while.
Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you.
That's a little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not...
Oh, sorry. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes.
Do you want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can sing, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can chime, and that's about it!
So, that's...
It was pretty bad.
Yeah. Told you weren't gonna like it.
Yeah, because it sucked.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school,
Sorry.
School thinks.
everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem.
Cheetahs can run.
Cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, cows can moo, dogs can bark, roosters can... Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set it up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. Helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. I really thought it was garbage at first, but...
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Don't expect that from the youngest one here. Or didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I thought you were an idiot. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her.
Despite the fact that roosters go grr, 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 grr.
Yes. All right, you gotta read some more.
That's a good poem, loser. Are you sure it's your first time?
I'm a seasoned veteran at this point. Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me.
Well, oh, sorry, it's you.
Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. Gosh, woman.
See? It's like I said before, loser. Deep down, you're not selfish at all.
You're a really bad judge of character.
I'm trying new things like this for other people.
I'm doing it for myself.
That's something that only really good people do.
I'm gonna get all of you. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees a full picture of my motive here. Like, that's straight up like admitting, like, yeah, I'm not here for that at all.
I'm just here for the girls.
Yeah. Then again, I can't deny she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
That's what I was hoping for. All right, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Just remember when I come knocking later, don't you forget what we talked about.
Now, you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
I expected nothing less. We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. I hate you, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but you spent 5 minutes on this, didn't you? Oh, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Man, my guy really is a douche. I didn't even have to do it. Did you wait until this morning to write this?
No! Yes!
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Right. Didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. I know that your best isn't very good. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds like you.
Really?
Yep, pretty stupid. Especially that last line.
Not as stupid as Natsuki's, though.
Yeah, not
I
Natsuki's
made
is
eggs
pretty
and
bad.
toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me, I guess.
This was so much fun. Monika's the best.
Ah, yeah.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I'm looking forward to it.
Next time on Loser Loser.
If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
You, dot, dot, dot.